Pure heat. Pure heat, baby.
I would actually say I'm irked.
Hello and welcome to JAG TV's new show, Hot Nuggets. Show with the hotter questions and even hotter guests. Nuggets. I'm your host, JP Sylvester, and today for our premiere episode, our first guest, we have Dr. Max Romanowski from the Department of Communications. Professor, before we begin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Max Romanowski, born in Bluffton, Ohio. Haven't lived there in a long time. New to the South, new to the department, and a big lover of fried chicken. So I think I'm in the right place.
That you are. For our first nugget, let's get started with the Hot Ones classic hot sauce, garlic Fresno.
Oh wow, that smells phenomenal. Oh, I was not actually on purpose.
Would
not
you like
what
to switch?
No, of course not. I forgot
Okay.
how fast it'd come out.
Cheers.
Cheers. Clink. Oh. Oh, it's sweet.
A little bit.
It's a good tang.
So for our first interview style question here, Professor, for those who've read about you in Due South Magazine or heard about you, said that you collect hobbies. Is that true?
That is true. I don't remember talking about that, but yeah, no. I mean, I just like doing lots of things, and it's not even that I get bored necessarily of. Like I still do the other things, but by and large, I just get really infatuated by the idea that if I just start doing something, then I'll have done it. Which I know sounds like obvious, but like you never like there's something really like, oh, it'd be really cool to do that thing.
Yeah.
Most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, you can just go and do that, like learn that thing or practice that thing or participate in that thing, and then that's something you will have done, and they can't take that away from you. So I'm a big fan of just like getting into something, trying it out, and then theoretically incorporating it into my life. So every year, I try to throw in like one or two new hobbies that I'm really excited about.
Okay, so what's the newest hobby?
I've talked about this a decent bit, but I've really been getting into knitting.
Like versus crocheting?
I mean, it's not like I switched teams. I didn't know how to do either.
Yeah.
And now I like the crocheting. There was like a little hook, and I don't really know how to do that yet. But the knitting is just two needles, and you're like
I don't know if they're currently active. I know there used to be a club on campus called Yarn Quest. Have you heard of this?
I mean, I'm looking for people to knit with.
There was
That's
a
actually
pretty active like knitting club that had like a bunch of people, like dozens of people per week showing up. I don't know if they're still active though. We'll have
I
to
might
look
need
into
to
that.
I'm a big fan. But yeah, I've been knitting a
Okay.
ton, and I'm taking French lessons. So we're working on
Très bien, c'est magnifique. For our second wing, we have the Hot Ones Barbacoa, Los Calientes, level 4.
I am excited.
All right, shall we? Clink. Immediate flavor hit, very flavor forward. I like that.
The only direction I want flavor to be, honestly.
So, Professor, you are a GFT professor, digital film and television
Correct.
production. What got you interested in movie and TV production?
I always say that like I think I just looked for when it was time to go to college. I just looked for what sounded like the least like real work.
Where was undergrad?
Small liberal arts college in Indiana called Taylor University. And so I just was like, oh, that sounds more fun than doing anything else. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything that wasn't fun. So I just went into film production because I loved watching movies. And then while I was doing film production, I realized I was spending more time and getting worse grades just watching as many movies as I possibly could.
Yeah.
And so then I thought, well, I bet there's a job out there that lets you just watch movies all the time. And lo and behold, here I am.
You know, it's funny because I almost have the opposite view. Is that the more I study film, like I feel like the fewer films I watch in a way. I'm not seeking out to like actively watch as many movies as possible like I used to be.
I would say that I am only watching more movies, but I would say that that's not necessarily. I think I just get I think we just like I'm just an obsessive person. So when I hear a number in my head, like whatever number of movies I watched last year, I think that's a cool number.
But
You
it
know what
could
would
be
be cool?
higher.
A better number would be even just one more.
Well, what would you consider excessive then? Like 3 movies a day? I think Truffaut said he watched like 2 or 3 movies a day.
I mean, I can't conceive of getting past like 365 in a year.
Yeah, dedication.
Well, this is the hobby problem, right? Where it's
Right.
like, if for someone as obsessive as me, especially about movies, movies should be the only thing I do, like in terms of like hobbies. But I want to do too many other things. I want to be active. I want to knit. I want to learn another language. I want to play video games. I want to watch TV. I want to have some semblance of social life. I want to be good at the job I do. And so that requires you to not watch as many as I would like.
Right.
But still, I'm watching more than I would be able to if I was working, I don't know, a normal office job.
What I tell people who are like trying to get into film is I tell them just don't try to be a completist. Just watch what you want to watch.
That's so
That's
healthy.
the important thing. Yeah.
That's so healthy. It's what I tell. I tell people similar things like just watch what's exciting. I do not take my own advice.
There you go.
I suffer through movies that are culturally important because I have to. I have to have an opinion.
I feel that. Yeah.
I'm excited. Hold on, I gotta do a clean split.
So now we're moving on to the serious big leagues, folks. Cheers.
Oh,
Pure heat. Pure heat, baby.
I would actually say I'm irked.
Irked?
Because I actually don't find that one as tasty as the others. That was, they really, oh, okay.
You're teaching a couple of DFT classes right now, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, if you could teach a class on any topic or subject, what would it be? And why?
I mean, people who have taken my classes before will know this is true. All I ever want to do is teach a class on Better Call Saul. I just want to teach a class where all we do is watch Better Call Saul and
You
talk
just
about
go
it.
into the whole career of Bob Odenkirk and watch Mr. Show clips.
But legitimately, my argument about this is, it is sort of like sorry, I forgot what air feels like.
Yeah, it feels pretty hot.
Legitimately, it's a sense of like, if the argument is you need to watch good cinema and TV to create good cinema and TV, or at least be aware of like influences of what's happening. Better Call Saul is sort of the best example in the sense that everything you want to learn about like good visual long-form storytelling is happening.
Yeah.
And Better Call Saul, so I'd actually love to do sort of a watch it in order to learn how to incorporate elements that inform storytelling. Because everything about that show is dang it, get me now. Everything about that show is restrained to the point where what you do, or what it does, you really do lose your train of thought. Everything the show does, let's see if I can, I love chocolate milk too. Everything about the show is restrained where something's only there if it's helping aid telling the story in a non-verbal capacity.
Right.
And that's sort of like the ground rule for just like great storytelling in general.
And you pick this show versus Breaking Bad, the show that preceded it.
Yeah, I mean Breaking Bad's great too, but Better Call Saul is just, I mean, it's basically the same team. They just clearly became such better storytellers as they went on.
Locked in. I see.
Yeah.
Well, that would normally be our last one, but I have a little surprise here. I have
Cool.
the scorpion pepper puree. I don't think they sell this in stores, probably for legal reasons.
What?
So we're just going to put a little tiny bit on our last half nugget.
Cool.
If you'd like to join me, that is.
I'm doing it.
I'm not trying to haze you here. I might be haze coding you in a moment. That's a film reference, guys.
Careful.
Very gingerly now.
I see it coming.
Okay,
Oh, I can smell it. I don't like it.
and here we go. Cheers.
I'm afraid this one's gonna taste bad. Yeah, it does taste bad. I don't like it taste bad.
It's like salty.
It's like,
It's better when you mix it with something else. Like you mix it with ranch, makes a great sauce.
well, this
Very
is where
hot.
we get into the thing where I think it's super upsetting that at a certain point, like, hot sauces are just like low-grade poisons, you know?
It's essentially what they are, yeah, chemically.
Which is so cool. And it's awesome. And it's awesome to do this to herself.
So here's a nice little fun final question here.
Cool.
Do you have anything inspiring or encouraging to say to the students out there who are going to watch this? And they will watch it.
Yeah, I say this in class all the time. Watch every movie you possibly can all the time, and then go make something that isn't good, finish it, and then make something new again. That's the secret sauce. Oh, sauce!
Salud! Thank you for joining us on our premiere episode of Hot Nuggets. I am your host, JP Sylvester, and now we're going to enjoy some milk. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day and go Jags.
Let's go. There we go.
Salud!
Oh.